Hi guys, it's Amy with A2ZStamping.com, and today I wanted to talk about the Bold Butterfly Framelits dies. See, that's what they're called, Bold Butterflies Framelits dies. And these come with just these two dies right here. So you get this big butterfly, which is a framelit, obviously, because it's going to frame something, and then you get this one. So it's just these two. And this framelit die set is meant to go with this stamp set right here, the Watercolor Wings stamp set. So the way this one works is the big framelit here, this will cut out this one big giant butterfly. So this is actually 3-step stamping. This is meant to be one butterfly. And I have an example here. I cut this one. So this one I stamped Tranquil Tide. I stamped off Tranquil Tide and Tranquil Tide. And then I cut it out with the framelit. So see how it does leave a little bit of a white border around the edge. Well, I stamped it on white. I could have stamped it onto Tranquil Tide paper, and then I wouldn't have any of this white border at all. And then obviously I stamped the stem in black. So again, if you don't want that white border, don't stamp on white. Stamp onto the color of the ink you're using. It actually works quite well. So this one will cut out the big giant butterfly. And then there's this little guy right here that cuts out this. And this can be used in many different ways. So obviously this is really cute. It can be used just on its own like that. But if you stamp one of the small butterflies, which right here is 3 steps to make one butterfly, and I cut out, or I've got this guy right here. You could, if this was on a card, let's say, or on a scrapbook page, I can take this and see how I bent it up a little bit. And then I could glue dot or just stick this on right here. And then see, it adds to some dimension. And if you do a different color underneath, it's really neat and cool. And so if you have this stamp set, this is a good set of dies to own. And I was just going to show you really quick how easy it is to work and a little trick. Okay, so let me grab my Big Shot. So here's my Big Shot. And I've got the base, the thin die adapter. I have the precision base plate on, and then just a top cutting pad. So I've stamped this one in Fresh Fig. This is the big butterfly. So again, I inked up my ink pad and stamped off, and then did this one. That's my base. Then this one and this one I just did in full Berry Burst. I did in full Berry Burst, and that's how I got the dark around the edges. So you can have just one ink color and still make it look different. So 2 tones. It's actually really pretty. And then I used basic black in the middle. Okay, so here I would lay this down on my precision base plate. Now, here's my framelit. Mine, can you see that, is warped. Once your framelits get warped, they're not ruined, but you can't flatten them out again. But they are still usable. They're not supposed to get warped like that. It's my own fault. Anyway, it's a long story, but it's my own fault. So here's what I do. I take a piece of washi tape, just any washi tape. This is just some, you could use a Post-it note, the sticky part of a Post-it note. It doesn't really matter. So I just take a little piece of washi and I line it up exactly where I want it. Okay, let's see, that looks good. And now I'm just going to stick this washi tape right over the top to hold my framelit in place. All right, now I'll stick my cutting pad on there, and I got to move a little just so I can crank it. All right, and I'm going to run this through. All right, easy. That crackling sound is normal. Okay, now let's see what we've got here. Again, I'll just grab the nice thing about the washi tape is it will peel right off. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just pop this out. And then I can peel this off right here. And it doesn't ruin my image. And this, I'm done with this. And the washi just peels right off. There we go. So that's one way. If your dies do get a little bit warped, that's an option for you. So mine, it still works perfectly. And look at that. Perfect. Again. Now again, see how it does leave a border. So if I was going to do this on a card that didn't have any white on it, and I didn't want that, again, I would stamp the Berry Burst onto the Berry Burst cardstock. The black will come through, and then you don't get that. Then you get a nice edge. Also, this Watercolor Wings, it's watercolor. So it's meant to look, well, watercolor. Okay, now let me show you the little thinlet that comes with it. So this thinlet, again, you can put it on any paper. Here I have a piece of Tranquil Tide. I'm going to put it right here. So I don't need to glue that down. This would work, these would work really well on the magnetic platform as well. All right, so with this one, there wouldn't be any stamping first because it's a thin lit. So you can see a thin lit implies it's just cutting its own thing out with little intricacies on there. So I'm gonna put the top on, run it through. Come on. I'm actually just gonna crank it back for the camera's sake. All right, open this up and okay. So here's what we've got. Oh, it actually already popped right out. Look at that. Okay, sometimes it won't pop right out. Sometimes it'll still be in your die like this. That's fine, don't panic. So here's what you do. Let me put this to the side. We have this die brush. Mine's the old one. They've just come out with a brand new one, but it's the same exact concept. So what you do is you lay this down and then you just run the brush over it. And see all these little holes? That's where you want to poke. So if you had any paper stuck in, this works. But see, I ran my brush over. It doesn't hurt your die at all, and all the little pieces are popped out. So this is actually a really nifty tool to own if you're going to have any kind of thin lits. All right, so here we go. Here's the cute little Tranquil Tide butterfly. And again, here's one that I have stamped in Berry Burst. I probably wouldn't do Tranquil Tide over Berry Burst, but it's pretty, right? So anyway, if you've ever been wondering about the bold butterfly framelit dies, here you go. So this one and this one. And again, you would want to own the Watercolor Wings stamp set. That's what coordinates it with. That's what coordinates with this set. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure you visit me at a2zstamping.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.